Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Speck fitted case for the Motorola DROID RAZR. You are more than welcome to check out the fitted case over at its homepage at any time. That is going to be located at www.speckproducts.com. And of course, do not forget to check it out on our own website as well at www.daydeal.com. So let's go ahead and get the ball rolling by giving you a couple of measurements for the Speck fitted case. Please keep in mind that these measurements are merely approximations. All right, they're not meant to be 100% accurate, but we do want to give you guys an idea of what to expect when you actually own the case for your phone. We are going to go ahead and start with the weight of the fitted, and that is going to be around 23.2 grams, which is actually quite impressive for a cell phone case. That means it's pretty light, and that does actually stay in harmony with the overall profile of the DROID RAZR. Now moving on to the length of the Speck fitted case, I am going to go ahead and try to measure this at its thickest part on all sides, and this is going to be 135.5 millimeters roughly. Moving on to the width, I'm going to go ahead and try to do this dead center right here, and there we go. And this is going to be around 74.8. I would even round it up to 75 just to be safe. And finally, measuring the thickness of the camera bulge on the back of the case, where the thickest part of the RAZR is usually at, that is going to be 14 millimeters. All right, so those are the approximate measurements, I should say, for the Speck fitted case. I apologize, and hopefully you find that information useful. So let's go and bring the retail packages back into view alongside our dummy version of the DROID RAZR phone. The Speck fitted is available in 4 different colors. In front of us right now we have Scape Shape Blue. To the right of that is Mega Plaid Black. The 2 colors that we do not have in today's video are going to be Tartan Plaid White as well as Diamond Fog Purple. If you want to see what those are all about, check them out at speckproducts.com. They have some nice high resolution pictures for you to observe. All right. Now the Speck fitted case, what really kind of caught us off guard when we took it out of the box is that this is a 2-piece snap-on case, not a giant back cover for the phone. Okay, because as you can see right here, it looks like a back cover, but it's actually a 2-piece snap-on. Surprise, surprise. Now, to this point, I do want to mention that since this is a 2-piece snap-on cover, we would highly recommend it for those people out there that put the case on the phone and leave it alone. All right, if you're one of those individuals who has a very fancy, attractive, heck, expensive dock or cradle, and you really like using your DROID RAZR phone with it, this may not be the case for you due to the fact that the teeth on the top frame piece of the Speck fitted case is a little bit on the small side. Okay, and why is this important? Well, over time, the more you put on the case and the more you remove it, these teeth get worn out. Okay, that's just kind of the reality of the situation, and as it gets worn out, it becomes looser and looser of a fit over the phone, and then one day the top piece is just not going to sit properly. It's going to pop right off. Your phone's going to pop right out of the case. It's going to fall somewhere it needs to not fall. Okay, I think I phrased that correctly. And then it's just bad news. You're not going to be very happy, etc., etc. So do yourself a favor. Just put the case on once and leave it alone. If you need to take it off often, I would consider another product. All right, now moving forward from that point. The Speck fitted is made of polycarbonate and I would say nylon, to be honest, but they call this a cloth material. But those are the 2 materials it's made of. So all the black portions that you see of the fitted case right now are polycarbonate, and the colored portion or the design portion is made of nylon. Now they say cloth, but why I say nylon is that if you look at it up close, you can kind of see all the little ridges in there. It feels like the same type of nylon you would find on backpacks and bags, etc., stuff like that. And the reason why they chose this material is not for its feel, because it's actually a little bit rough, but more or less for its stain resistant properties. So even if you happen to have a light spill on your case, as long as you're very quick about it, you can just wash it right off, etc., stuff like that, and it makes your case look nice and new, like the day you got it out of the package. All right, now unfortunately the Speck fitted does not come with anything else. Okay, what you see is what you get, these 2 pieces right here, and that is it. So there's no screen protector, there's no microfiber cleaning cloth, there's no kickstand, there's no instruction manual, nothing of that sort. So please keep that in the back of your mind while you're shopping around, because other products out there, they may be a little bit more attractive because they're more value orientated, but if you're just looking for a case, this shouldn't bother you too much. Okay, but with an MSRP asking price of $29.95 US, that is a little bit high, at least in our personal opinion, but to each their own. So let's go ahead and install the fitted, I should say, on our dummy version of the Droid RAZR phone right now. I'm going to go and start with the back first, and then put the wireframe top piece on there. And then I have to snap everything into place. And this is kind of the scariest part of installing this cover, because as I mentioned, the teeth do really feel small, guys, and I do feel like I'm actually grinding them as I snap everything into place. It just feels like I'm actually wearing them down already, even on first install. So that's why I mentioned that it's really ideal that you put this on once and leave it alone. But nonetheless, once you have it installed on your Droid RAZR, it is going to look like this. As you can see, the front of the phone has a nice lip that is protecting it thanks to the fitted case, and having a nice lip on your phone means that it is going to be elevated up and away from the surface you are resting it against, even if you happen to rest it on its face like such. Okay, most people are going to be resting it on its back, some people rest it on its face. It doesn't matter, as long as the lip is touching the surface first, you're fine. Moving on to the top of the fitted case, you can see there's an opening for the HDMI as well as USB port. Not the largest opening in the world, but we think it should be big enough to accommodate most tip connectors out there. Moving on to the audio jack, as you can see, it's not that recessed at all. It's going to go and give you a diagonal shot. That is a little bit better. So that means that straight tip connectors as well as angled tip connectors should work just fine. Moving on to this side, we have a nice large opening for the dust cover on the Droid RAZR, so you can go ahead and open that up and access your micro SD card slot. Moving on to the other side, we have an opening for the volume up and down rocker switch, as well as the camera button. No surprises there. Okay, it does have a slightly tapered cutout to it, so it should be easy to press. Moving on to the back, we have an opening for that mysterious microphone or speaker. I'm not too sure what that is. I believe it's a microphone, so there we go. I haven't checked the schematics for the Droid RAZR in a while, so I apologize. Showing you that Speck logo as well as the finish on the colored portion of the fitted case once more. And finally, the last remaining opening, that is for the camera, LED flash, and the built-in speakers. And that is it, guys, for the Speck fitted case on the Motorola Droid RAZR. So remember, this comes in two other colors, tartan plaid white and diamond fog purple. Please check those out when you have the time. And also remember that this is a lightweight case for the Droid RAZR phone. It's actually pretty slim, and we like its overall feel. We think it looks absolutely amazing because we love the finish on Speck products. The only issue we had with it was the teeth on the top frame piece. Okay, we felt they were a little bit too small for our taste. We felt they weren't really that secure, and then over time that they might grind down and they might get loose. So we highly recommend that you put the Speck fitted on your phone once, leave it alone, and you're going to be very happy as long as the case stays on there. Okay, but if you take it off and on often, not good news. Don't do it, and that is it. So feel free to check this out at the official website at speckproducts.com. Check it out on our own website at dadio.com. Whenever I mention Dadio, I have to wiggle my fingers. No, I don't. I'm just doing it because I'm tired. Okay, gotta wake up. And keep following us on our YouTube channel as well as on Twitter, on Facebook, etc., and all that jazz. Check that out on the outro graphic. Thanks for watching as always, guys. See you next video.